每天练习英文5分钟，流利英文交谈不是梦。
Let's get started. Today, let's talk about the bear crisis in Japan. Japan's bear crisis is getting worse. Multiple factors led to the bear crisis in Japan, which poses a threat to both residents and the bear population. Before we dive into the topic, a quick heads up: if you enjoy this, definitely like, subscribe, and share it around. Now, let's go! Hey, did you catch the news about the bears in Japan lately? It sounds like pretty intense.
Oh yeah, totally. I saw something about record attacks, which is wild. What's actually causing it all anyway?
Well, it's a mix of stuff apparently. A major factor is this year's shortage of their natural food, things like acorns. So they're basically starving and coming into towns looking for food.
Ah, that makes total sense. Are they like a super aggressive type of bear or something?
They're the Japanese black bears. Usually not as bad as brown bears, but these incidents keep increasing.
Right. So, what's the other major reason they're showing up more often?
Well, the other big thing is the depopulation of rural areas. People move to the cities and leave farms empty.
And I guess the bears just wander in because the line between their woods and human space is totally gone?
Exactly. Plus, their population has nearly tripled in the last decade because of conservation and fewer hunters. There are just way more bears around to run into.
Wow, that's a tough balance. Hope they figure out a way to manage it safely for everyone.
All right, everyone, ready to take your English conversations to the next level? Getting started on this subject is best approached through a balanced lens. You can treat it as a significant current event story. Lead with a brief summary of the facts and expand on the contributing factors. And conclude with a thoughtful exploration of personal feelings and practical safety advice. You can mention some key facts, for example. Lately, Japan's been seeing a record number of bear encounters, with over 200 people hurt or killed since spring and more than a dozen fatalities, especially in northern areas like Tohoku and Akita. Here, a record number of bear encounters means the highest number ever recorded. Now, let's see what kind of bears are we talking about. In Japan, there are brown bears in Hokkaido and Asiatic black bears on the main island. And what happened with the bears? These bears have started coming into towns, farms, and even the outskirts of cities to look for food, instead of staying deep in the mountains. Because of this, some local governments have taken quite strong actions. They have brought in hunters and even the self-defense forces, changed hunting rules, and adjusted school and shop routines to deal with the situation. For example, some schools might delay opening hours or warn students not to walk alone near forested areas. You can easily drop these into casual conversation. Here are some handy phrases you can use with friends. For example, Japan is having its worst year ever for bear attacks. They're even showing up near towns, not just in remote mountains. Local governments are in a tough spot between protecting people and deciding how much culling is acceptable. Okay, focus on mastering just a couple of phrases a day. It's those small wins that build true fluency over time. Okay, let's have a 1-minute daily speaking practice now. 1-minute daily speaking practice. Recently, there's been a serious bear crisis in Japan. This year, the country has seen a record number of bear encounters, with more than 200 people killed or injured since spring and over a dozen deaths, especially in northern regions like Tohoku and Akita. Bears that usually stay deep in the mountains, brown bears in Hokkaido and Asiatic black bears on the main island, are now coming into towns, farms, and even the edges of cities to look for food. As a result, people are meeting bears in places that used to feel safe, like fields, roads, and near homes. Local governments have responded by bringing in hunters and even the self-defense forces, changing hunting rules, and adjusting school and shop routines to reduce the risk of encounters. It's a sad situation for both people and bears, and it really shows how environmental change and shrinking rural communities can suddenly turn into a serious safety problem. Useful phrases to memorize. Introducing the topic. 1. Have you heard about the bear situation in Japan lately? 2. Hey, did you catch the news about the bears in Japan lately? 3. It sounds pretty intense and quite serious. Explaining the core causes. 1. One major factor is a shortage of their natural food sources. 2. Like acorns and beech nuts this year, which is driving them into towns. 3. The issue is exacerbated by the depopulation of rural areas. 4. The line between their woods and human space is gone. Describing the bears and the population. 1. They are mostly the Japanese black bears. 2. Their population has nearly tripled in the last decade. 3. Due to conservation efforts and fewer hunters, general conversational and reactionary phrases. 1. Oh yeah, totally. 2. Ah, that makes total sense. 3. Man, that's a complex mess. 4. It's a tough balance. 5. Hope they figure out a way to manage it safely. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. See you next time.